by now I'm sure we've all seen this video.
How much do you think it costs realistically to run a beauty brand in 2026? Not to just launch it, but survive.
I would say a ballpark figure is $10 million. $10 million is to help you with your influencer program, your collaborations, your sales force, your marketing force in retail doors. That is money that you have to spend to compete.
Of course, as an indie founder, that number can be discouraging, but I feel like there's a huge part of the conversation that we're not having. And I feel like it's that figure assumes that everybody's building the same thing. Does it cost $10 million to run a beauty brand today? Yeah, I guess if you need the attention. Why is this everyone's singular goal? My question is, what's wrong with building a brand that no one's ever heard of? Hear me out. There's a whole category of beauty brand that will never show up on your Pinterest feed, never get a Best of Beauty award, never get a celebrity cosign, but they are making millions hand over fist, D2C, and you've probably never heard of them. They're not splitting their budgets across influencer campaigns and brand trips and editorial shoots and retail marketing and all this other bullshit just to be seen and heard. Of course, the trade-off is that they're spending a shitload in paid acquisition, but they're profitable, they're scalable, and when the time comes, they're sellable. But nobody wants to build this kind of brand. I really do blame the VC millennial girl boss era for the impact that this has had on the way that we choose to start companies today, because the illusion of chasing the bright, shiny thing keeps a lot of founders stuck in a framework that represents a funding environment that just no longer exists. Like, VCs aren't backing consumer like they used to, and yet here we are still chasing that same pipeline, the Sephora to acquisition pipeline. And the truth is, that's not the only way to build a successful beauty business. Let me tell you something. Someone I know that had the most gorgeous brand identity, like global luxury appeal, she was always telling me how she never got any sales. She since closed down. Somebody else I know with a brand page that looks like Tyler Perry threw up on it is literally making easily high six figures month over month as a solo D2C founder. Pick your poison. What do you want to be? I feel like this conversation is representative of the fact that so many brand founders would rather be brand founders than business owners. Like, do we want to chase clout or do we want to make a dollar? You know, like, as someone with a former award-winning brand and a brand that's been featured pretty much everywhere, I can tell you it did not. Those shiny things did not make me rich. It was the most random shit that I just ended up saying yes to. You run a $10 million beauty brand if you want to, just to keep up with Hailey Bieber. But honestly, if I were starting a brand in today's day and age, I wouldn't mind being a little nameless. Not if it made me money.